on the rise. Politics, events, and much more. Borderline banter, never a bore. Tune in.
Well, tonight we'll be talking about how Mayonnaise is a kitchen. Is it a kitchen staple to? I fucked it up. I knew I would do that. But anyway, welcome to Borderline Banter. We're trying a new thing here, but we. Well, you're live. Something's going on, but yeah, we're gonna practice that anyway. Welcome to Borderline Banter. Dustin, how you doing? So.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Welcome to the Banter.
I told you it was gonna happen.
Friday evening. You know, it's going pretty good. How are you doing, Mike?
I'm doing pretty good. I had that ready to go. Okay, let's start this again, okay? Let's pretend the music just ended, okay? Actually, we'll do it. Okay, here we go.
I'll pretend,
yeah. Mayonnaise, is it a kitchen staple? Or is it the future to fusion energy? Find out tonight on Borderline Banter. But first, let's see who's with us tonight. Dustin, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, and thanks everyone for tuning in. Welcome to Borderline Banter. It's Friday evening. How are you doing, Mike?
I'm doing pretty good, thanks. Just getting ready for the weekend, you know. But yeah.
Same. And actually, we're gonna have a lot of storms this weekend.
Oh, that's could be good or bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you haven't already, please hit that follow button, that like button, that subscribe button, wherever you are, wherever you're watching. That would be great. Thank you very much. But yeah, we'll be talking about Mayonnaise to Donald Trump, Kamala Harris, and a lot more.
Jordan Peterson.
And Jordan Peterson, yeah. Do you want to get started?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, on the topic, before we jump in, on the topic of storms, apparently there's some big storms over on like the East Coast of America that unfortunately had an impact on the GTA server we play on. That's why it's actually out. It's due to storms and like a hurricane thing happening. I think it was Betty. So we're hoping to restore the server tonight, though.
Yes,
we'll
and Old Legend, thank you for hopping in. We appreciate you being here. All right, but let's get started.
Wow, that was you didn't want to say what he said there?
No, I'm good. So.
All right. We will start off tonight with the BBC story, BBC Sports. We're going to talk about sports on the Banter.
Yeah. What was that title? Did you see it?
It was a super spreader? Question mark.
Oh,
I don't know.
It's COVID
so
back.
Lyles bid for Olympic sprint double wrecked by COVID.
Double wrecked.
So this guy's been competing while sick with COVID.
Apparently, yeah.
Did they do testing? I don't even know if they did.
I'm not sure what the protocol with this year was, because I know back it was supposed to be 2020, but they pushed it to 2021, and there were many rules, right?
I don't even know who this guy is, and also I don't really care about the Olympics.
Okay, but let's not care about the Olympics, but it's news. So let's see what this is about. Take it away.
I just said I don't care.
Yeah.
Noah Lyles said he was proud to win 200-meter bronze after being hit by COVID-19. Wrecked his bid to become the first man since Usain Bolt to complete an individual Olympic sprint double.
And I don't know what that is, so I'm not too ready to know what that is.
The American 27 claimed the 100-meter title by 5 thousandths of a second in a historic final on Sunday. I think the double there would be he would be getting gold in both the 100-meter and the 200-meter.
Okay, maybe, yeah.
Which hasn't been done since Usain Bolt had
right.
Which would be notable because like I don't care about the Olympics or know anything really, but I know the name Usain Bolt and I know what he does.
But just 4 days later, he was helped off the track in a wheelchair as Leslie Tebogo took the 200-meter crown, with Lyles having tested positive for the virus earlier on Tuesday morning. So
he still got bronze.
Yeah, but he tested positive on Tuesday, and he was in the race on Thursday. That's like, why are you testing then? Like, what's the point of testing? You're just gonna let them go out there. You know, like COVID's supposed. They're still really about COVID. There are numbers on the rise throughout America and Canada right now, probably everywhere else as well. But yeah, that's kind of messed up. Like, what? I don't know where they. I looked it up.
Wouldn't 4 days later have been Wednesday?
Well, Tuesday he was 4 days. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
4 days later, but they were just saying Sunday. 4 days later
Yeah.
from Sunday is Wednesday.
It's Thursday.
I guess. Are we counting Sunday?
No,
as a day?
no. Why would you count Sunday? So
Well, I mean, you might.
you might. Well, anyway, so he knew he had COVID Tuesday, and he still raced and put everyone else at risk because COVID is still a danger to some people, regardless if you're vaccinated or not. It can still make you pretty sick. And this,
Yeah, no one cares
this
anymore. Though.
dickhead, yeah, a lot of people do. I don't know.
No, it's literally not news.
I see it. Okay, well, maybe not where you're looking, but the algorithm I'm on, I see it everywhere. So it
Yeah,
is
but
news.
no one cared.
Oh, they do care. People are freaking out
No,
about.
I mean,
People are freaking out that you can't wear masks now in some cities. But
Maybe I'll be more specific about the know what I'm talking about. In America, there's no county, there's no state, there's no federal level things happening
okay,
in response to any COVID that is happening. I have seen those charts. I've seen the map. It is on the rise. But no one is doing anything in America.
I don't care
So,
about America.
Why would I expect anything from the Olympics when America is doing nothing? It's kind of hard to just sit here and like, you know, the much bigger topic.
Okay,
is
let's
America's
move on.
doing nothing.
Okay.
Like, yeah, they're doing nothing at the Olympics too, but like that's in France. But also America's doing nothing.
Okay. Well.
This guy overcame COVID and still got bronze.
Yeah, and
That's
he
the
got a whole bunch of other people sick and potentially just started a huge spread throughout the world, even more. So.
Yeah, he probably spread some COVID.
Not just him. I'm sure it's more than just him as
Do
well.
you really care though?
Yeah. Well, if they're gonna try to lock us down again, yes, because they say they're not. But
Wait.
Yeah.
You care because you. Make that make sense.
Yeah,
You care because you want them to lock us
No,
down?
I don't want them to lock us down.
You care because you don't want them to.
Yes.
So you
And if this goes
don't
crazy
want-
again, they're gonna lock down
want them
everyone.
to-
All these governments are you gonna let me speak, or I
What?
want them to not lock down. Last time there was a virus lockdown, they shut down countries, they shut down
Okay, but connect
businesses,
that
they shut
back.
down. Yeah, we got that back, but people are still crypto. Some people lost their homes.
connect
People
it back
lost their
to this
businesses.
thing.
People lost a lot of stuff. A lot of people lost their lives, not from COVID, but because that's just the way it went. And
Okay, but how does that relate back to this? What did you want this to have happen?
Well, if they're then why are they testing people if they're not? They're gonna let
If
them
you
race?
don't want
That's-
lockdowns,
well,
isn't
okay,
this
are you
the
gonna
right
ask
outcome?
me a question? You're talking over me when I'm answering it. But because why are they testing people when they're not? When they still let them go there? What's the point of testing?
Because
them?
they don't want to do lockdowns.
Then why test? I forget who
why
it
not?
was. I forget who it was. It's like, you want COVID to go away?
You're an
Let's stop
Olympic athlete.
testing
You
for
test for a
COVID.
lot.
That's how you let COVID go
You're not
away,
going to listen
right?
to my answer?
Well, I was talking still, but go ahead.
You were talking over my answer. It's Olympic level sports. They test a lot of things that a normal person doesn't. Makes sense to test for anything that's respiratory. That's a respiratory virus that could affect your performance. It may not even be a required test. Did it say required test?
That's where I can't find out. I'm looking here. But again, then respiratory, then why, if it's a respiratory illness, he has positive for this illness, they still let him race. So, and again, pointless to do the test then. So
No, as an Olympic athlete, you want to know your current condition. He had a reason to want to know. Do you concede that?
Well, it didn't change him from racing, so why would it matter? You know, like,
I mean, you still measure these things. You still have a trainer, a coach who does all this work.
yes, and that has nothing to do when you got COVID. It's gonna respiratory, healthy or not.
Like you
right?
want your coaches just to not care about your health? You may still race. I mean, they're not going to say you can't race. There's no rule saying you can't race, so he still raced.
But he kept it a secret,
Which
so
I
maybe
think is
there
the outcome
is.
you wanted.
Maybe there is, because it said he kept it a secret. Maybe he was supposed to tell them, and they would have said no. We should probably get into the story a little bit more.
I mean, are you ever required to tell people your health?
Where were you the last 4 years? You had to show them a vaccine
America?
card to get into a freaking McDonald's. You know,
Never
like,
had to do that. I never
okay,
had to
well,
do that.
you're all off. I wasn't even allowed to freaking go into
Where
a
was I?
McDonald's.
I was in a place where that didn't happen.
Okay, well, here, okay, then you had it pretty easy, because here,
But
I
it's
wasn't even
like-
allowed to go to a restaurant because I didn't have a vaccine. And you had to show proof.
We should be upset about this guy not getting forced out of the Olympics, I guess. I don't get it. I don't get how your two takes work. So we got to move on.
But how?
They conflict.
How do they conflict?
They conflict because this is the outcome you should want. You should be happy with this outcome.
Yes.
This is the not getting locked down outcome. You should be cheering this.
That's what you say.
The
and
other
then-
outcome would be this person being barred from the Olympics.
Okay, but let's
which would be
see.
lockdown.
Did he break the Olympic rules? Should he be allowed to keep that medal? Because is there a rule where you're supposed to tell the Olympic Committee that you're sick? You know, like there was a whole ordeal last week with
If
that.
there is, I'm sure there'll be a story about that since this guy got bronze.
Yeah, we haven't even made it halfway through the story though.
I mean, you don't think they'd put that in the title?
Who is this? What company is this?
BBC.
Well, okay, I don't know BBC well enough.
He was proud to win it. I mean, I guess we could scroll down and see if they say anything about him getting it taken.
Let's
We're
move
talking
on.
about how much he was struggling, but still did it, which is what the story is. He overcame adversity is the story here. Hey, he quarantined at a hotel. Does that help?
Sorry?
He quarantined in a hotel and took a bunch of medication.
Okay.
I still wanted to run.
All right, let's move on. It's not going to tell us.
I mean, it might. I'm not all the way down.
There it is. What are the current protocols?
No. You said it's not
Okay,
here.
then that's close. Let's go.
And then
Let's
there's
move
quite
on.
literally
Let's
a
move on.
heading
Yeah,
of
let's move on then.
exactly that. Let's see how they're going to talk about 2020.
But the Tokyo Games 3 years ago, postponed from 2020 by the coronavirus pandemic, athletes had to compete in empty stadiums and maintain strict social distancing to tackle the spread. Yeah, we know that. Okay. COVID is not treated like any other respiratory virus with no... Okay, there you go. That's what I want to see. No strict protocols which prevents athletes from competing. Then why is this even a story then?
Because this guy overcame COVID and won bronze.
Yeah. And he almost died.
What the?
So
It's a story because it's a guy overcoming adversity. I've been trying to say that. I've been trying to say that that's what this story is, and no one cares about the Olympics.
All
And this should be the outcome you want if you don't want people to overly take COVID seriously, which is what you're describing with
But
lockdown.
again,
Taking
from
it
everything I'm
overly
seeing online,
seriously.
people are trying to lock down the place. But we do have to. Our
Not
algorithms
at the
match.
Olympics.
They do match because we
The
talk about
Olympics
the same videos, but you always talk about shit from one side I don't see, and I see stuff you don't see.
But the
You know?
Olympics aren't locking down, so you can rest easy.
Okay,
The
but that's
Olympics are
what
your
I
ally.
wanted to see. But okay. From CNN, Trump and Harris agreed to debate on ABC September 10th. Network says.
Well, there you go. It's still on.
I heard there was going to be 3 debates. Now, I don't know if the Harris campaign has agreed to that, but Trump wanted 3. And there usually is 3, but they were pretty close too. But
So Donald Trump and Kamala Harris are set to debate on ABC on September 10, after the former president said Thursday he had agreed to the face-off, along with 2 others next month. ABC News will host qualifying presidential candidates to debate on September 10th on ABC. Vice President Harris and former President Trump have both confirmed they will attend the ABC debate.
okay.
Network said in a statement. And they also, slipped that in there, 2 others.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if Harris. From what I heard, Harris hasn't accepted it yet. But yeah. So that's good. They were talking about not debating, which would be pretty stupid because having one debate between those 2 farts wasn't good. I want to see what happens now. This will make a big difference and I don't know if it'll make a big difference. I think people already made up their mind who they're going to vote for. But at least you can hear them talk to each other, debate. Debating is pretty important.
I think I said this before the Joe and Donald debate. It just won't.
Yeah, but
They're
you
not
can
important. It doesn't change anyone's mind.
No, it doesn't. But you can at least see a little bit more. You might get
It's
a little
like a
more
wrestling
insight.
match.
But you might get a little bit more insight. But like, oh, maybe Trump doesn't do, or Harris has changed their mind on this. You know, it might change some people's minds for the independents mostly.
I mean, it gives Harris an opportunity to say things she hasn't said on topics.
But
that would be helpful.
Yeah,
Will she dare to
Probably.
say something new?
probably not. So
Probably not.
I do
Will
like
Trump dare
I
to
did-
say something new?
I do like how
Probably
Harris the
not.
other day said, once I'm in the White House, I'll make school food across the country. I'm like, but you're in the White House right now. You can probably still make that happen. Being VP, you still have some stuff, don't you? Like,
That's Yeah, I mean, you can do stuff, but I doubt you could do that.
Well,
You got to do a lot of state level stuff for that.
yeah, but as a president, that's
Like,
just as hard too, though, probably, right? But
yeah, it's not a federal level decision.
Yeah.
This is why you should look at what the vice presidential
So-
candidate Waltz has done in Minnesota.
so her
at
saying
the
that means
mayoral
nothing.
level.
Her saying that means nothing. It's just a
Right.
Trudeau move. We're gonna
Welcome
feed
to politics.
500,000 kids. Yeah, one meal over 1 year for the next 5 years. That's it, right? But so yeah,
they
he's
lie.
yeah.
Politicians lie. They do that. I mean, are we shocked? Trump told like 38 lies in the first debate. So it happens.
A senior Trump advisor and an ABC source familiar with the matter both said that the correct dates Trump's and has agreed to with the network are, oh my god. Anyway, yeah, that are September 4th. I screwed that up. But yeah, September 4th. That's
Well,
it.
yeah, you screwed up because we need to say Fox News, ABC, and NBC. That's
Okay,
the
that's
important
why,
part
okay.
there. The three
I didn't realize
stations
you
that
scrolled
agreed
down.
to the debate.
I just read the September 10th. I didn't realize you scrolled down to the paragraph.
yeah.
Because that's almost
we're
the exact
up to-
same paragraph right there at the bottom, right? But yeah, okay. So, speaking at a news conference at his Mar-a-Lago, I saw it, but I didn't watch it. Like, I just saw him there. Looking forward
I
to
didn't.
debating vice president, and that he had agreed to upcoming dates with Fox News, ABC, and NBC. I think it's very important to have a debate, and we agree with Fox on debate September 4th. We'd agree with NBC. Fairly full agreement subject to them on September 10th. So yeah, I don't. So Harris has agreed to September 10th, but not the 4th one yet. Oh, what? So I thought the ABC was on the 10th. They got a lot of weird dates.
Yeah, that's
So-
what I was just gathering.
'Cause
That's what I'm
ABC was supposed to be on the 10th.
NBC is the 10th? And by the way, this is a Trump quote, so this
Yeah.
isn't to be taken for, like, accurate.
This is
In
what.
fact, that's why I'm kind of looking at it like, wait,
I think
up
maybe-
above
oh, wait,
it says
so this-
September 10th on ABC.
This
That's
is
the network.
So maybe something happened. I don't know. Something else happened, and this is an updated story.
Or maybe Trump's dumb and typed wrong.
Well, he said it, so.
Yeah, maybe Trump's dumb
Or
and
this
typed
person
wrong.
quoted it wrong. That's possible too. I think it's very important to have debates, and we agreed with Fox on a date of September 4th. We agreed with NBC. Fairly full agreement subject on them on September 10th, and we agreed with ABC on September 25th.
I mean, this was the Mar-a-Lago thing, so
Yeah.
if anyone doesn't think that the author of this article got it right, they can go watch the video. I'm not going to.
Yeah, but I'm just.
You can get into a lot of trouble for misquoting. When you use the quotes, that's kind of important to get it exact.
But then you
like
just
what
put a
was
correction
said.
up later. Like, oops, our bad.
Maybe. Or you get a libel lawsuit. One of the two.
But the dates.
A senior Trump advisor and an ABC source familiar with the matter both said that the correct dates Trump has agreed to with networks are September 4 for Fox News, September 10 with ABC, and September 25 with NBC. So that's the senior Trump advisor
Okay.
and ABC familiar with the dates that Trump should have said.
All right, yeah.
He fucked up. Why is it
Okay.
so hard just to say you fucked
not-
up? Why
but
is
I-
that so hard?
But I'm not. I guess I see his quote. That's what I was asking. What's the, or, like, I see that quote and I see different numbers.
Why
I'm
is
not-
it more likely the author fucked up than Trump?
Because Trump's the one that planned it. I don't know. Like,
Trump is 80 years old.
yes, and he was reading a piece of
And
paper
he
with the
is
dates.
terrible with
and he was
words.
reading a. No, he's pretty good with words, but he's reading a paper with the dates on it. So, yes, he could have screwed it up, or maybe the date, or maybe they changed the date.
The other side has to agree to the terms. I know you've already said Harris didn't, but like this article hasn't mentioned Harris
Yeah.
yet, so I guess we'll see because I didn't pre-read. The other side has to agree to the terms. They may or may not agree. I don't know if they're going to agree. Harris hasn't done an interview. She can't do an interview. She's barely competent, and she can't do an interview. I look forward to the debates because I think we have to set the record straight that she can't do an interview. Why did he say that so many times?
I
That
don't
felt like
know.
a Kamala
Yeah.
thing.
It's
Haven't done an interview. Can't do an interview. Can't do an interview. It's literally like the importance of the passage of time.
yeah.
is important.
And the burden, what's that? What's the burden comment she made? A passage of burden? No,
the burden, I don't
something.
know.
It's something really silly she said.
Is-
But but they're all
He's doing
anyway.
the same thing. Why is he doing
Harris,
the same
who
thing?
previously agreed to the ABC debate, confirmed her participation later Thursday. So there it is. So she did agree to Thursday. Be happy to discuss further debate.
What?
Okay. So she agreed to the
She
ABC
agreed
debate.
to Thursday. She agreed on Thursday.
Yeah, that's what I said. To the ABC debate. She agreed to the on Thursday, which was yesterday. To the ABC debate and discuss.
Harris, who had previously agreed
I
to the
said that,
ABC
yeah.
debate, so
Confirmed,
that's not going to be the topic of this sentence. right?
confirmed her participation later that Thursday. She would be happy to discuss a further debate.
There you go.
Yes, so she agreed to the
So
ABC one.
as soon as she gets a chance, she's going to say yes.
Um,
Do you think she'll say no?
We'll find out. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe she'll be
You
like,
don't
one
have
is
a
all we
guess?
need. I got to be on the campaign trail. I
Okay,
can't.
so you're guessing no. All right,
Um,
we'll see.
Yeah.
You're guessing no, and I'm guessing yes. I'm glad that he's finally agreed to a debate on September 10th. The only person who's tried to pull out a debate so far is Trump.
Incorrect.
FYI.
He never agreed to debate Harris. So
Uh-huh.
he didn't. He agreed to debate Biden.
He
You know,
agreed to debate his Democratic
he
opponent.
agreed to debate Joe Biden under Joe Biden's
you're
rules
going
with
with
the muted
semantics.
mic, with the no audience under Joe Biden's rules, so Joe Biden can have his rules. These are different person, different things. You can't. It's a contract. You can't just change a person on a contract. Like
It's not a contract.
it is. It
Nobody's
was a
got
verbal contract. Joe
There-
Biden
there's-
said, "Be anytime, any place," and Trump said, "Sure, let's do it." And then Biden backed out, and Trump was like, "Well, it's not Biden anymore."
No, Biden stepped down from
Yes,
running for president.
and so he backed out of the
So-
debate. So,
So there's no reason to debate when you're not the nominee.
and then why should then yes?
Now,
so,
what's Trump's reason for not debating? Because his opponent would be different, I guess.
because he can change the
debate
rules,
anyway.
yeah.
So,
But
as it
hopefully
turns out, he
the
had
rules
no
are
reason.
changed, and hopefully they have an
As
audience.
it turns out,
and
he had
hopefully
no
they have a
reason.
new because it wasn't Joe Biden.
He had no reason.
Okay,
He's doing
whatever. Yeah. So
it. He's still doing it.
yes, but he.
He had no reason to
Yes,
drop
and
him
I
out,
guarantee
but he's
there's
still
going to be an
doing it.
audience now, and I guarantee they're going to be allowed not muted mics and stuff. He
I mean,
agreed to
we're
Joe
at the
Biden's
future
terms, right?
We're-
He
we're
agreed
in
to
the
Joe.
future now.
But what do you mean the future?
We're already past that. He's doing this debate.
Exactly, and like let's see if the
So he
mutes are
had no
mighty.
reason not
Yes,
to.
because they. I don't know what just happened there.
You closed your
I didn't close shit.
thing on disco.
But yeah, no, it's.
But he agreed to it now. So
Yes, but he finally agreed.
So he had no reason
He-
because nothing changed about the debate.
it
It's
doesn't
still on
matter.
ABC.
Like he agreed to debate
None of the
Joe
rules
Biden.
changed.
Okay. Anyway, let's move on because
He didn't have a legitimate reason.
he agreed to
Nothing
debate. Okay, we
changed.
can argue about this all day because yeah, things changed. Joe Biden wasn't.
The
God
only thing that
damn
changed
it.
is Kamala instead of Joe. Otherwise, the rules are exactly the same.
So the mics are
And
gonna
I'm
be
pretty-
mute. There's gonna be
pretty
no audience. I hope that was changed. You know,
well,
like
first of all, did you not see the first debate? Were the mics muted?
they were. They were.
Were the mics muted?
100%.
Let's play the clip.
Until
Let's
the
play
end.
clip where they
Until
let
the
them
last
lose.
5 minutes, yes, they were.
Oh, okay. Except when they
Yeah.
weren't. Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
Okay, so it's
If you're allowed exceptions for the
It's-
first one, I'm allowing exceptions for these.
okay. Whatever, man.
So yeah,
I'm not gonna
they
keep
will or they won't.
just because you want
You
your
want
opinion.
them
You
to reach
believe
a
your
standard-
opinion's right. You're not even gonna look at mine. Like I get you. Okay, but what? Okay, never mind. Let's.
You want them
move
to mute the mics this time.
No.
They didn't last time though.
on. They did mute the mics last time, every single time, right until the last 2 minutes or whatever it was, and that was it.
And was that good, or should they
Um,
unmute them this time?
They were both pretty silly, but yeah, it was. Anyway,
Also, those rules didn't change, so
yeah.
I don't know what.
How do you
Trump
know?
was
Do
whining
you know
about.
that?
I mean, nobody said anything otherwise. I think we would have seen.
Or
if
they'd
there
say
were
or
concessions
they
made.
would have, or they could put like, and the rules are the same as Joe Biden, so you could say like,
I don't see anybody saying that these concessions were made. So until I see something, nothing
It's-
changed.
okay, that's
know?
like.
That's
a
how
great
I operate.
outlook.
That's,
And I could say the same. Okay, they didn't say they're doing the same rules as Joe Biden, so I can assume that the rules are going to be like a regular debate.
because they didn't affirm that the rules haven't changed.
Because at the
You can
debate,
assume that they have?
He agreed. Yeah, because
You're assuming they have because they
this is
haven't
a different
affirmed that
debate.
they
This is
have?
not the debate with Joe Biden. This is a debate with.
That's an interesting
This
way to
is Kamala
logic through
Harris.
it.
It's
You've got an interesting way of logicking through it. It
I
just
can
doesn't
say
make
the
sense
same
to
as
me.
about you. Like, it's
I mean,
we both run out
I
our
don't
own views.
understand
We'll
why-
see.
I'm using history. You're using
History?
I don't know what you're using.
What history?
Yes. The previous debate.
Yes, there's one debate,
Those
and
are
this
the rules.
isn't. But this isn't. This is
Those
that
will
was
be the
that,
rules
that was the
again.
last time. No, because that was Trump and Joe Biden. That will never happen again. That will never. Trump and Joe Biden will never debate again. So this is a
Nope.
different candidate. So
This is a totally different presidential debate.
yes,
It's still a presidential debate. That's what it is. Who's participating has changed.
yes.
But the
Which
rules
rules
have
have
not.
changed? Yeah, they do. They could have. We don't know.
Rules and participants are two separate things.
Yes,
I don't understand how you think Biden makes special rules.
he did. Oh, details, rules of honor will determine closer. Look at the bottom, right? The next paragraph there that we haven't made it to yet.
Will be determined closer to the debate date.
So they're going to determine it. So we don't know what the rules are. It looks like they're open to it. So
I mean, it looks like they haven't disclosed what they are.
yeah, exactly. So we're both wrong.
So
I guess.
I'm
Because
no,
yeah,
I-
because they're like, why are they? Are they would say right there? Rules are the same as last debate.
Mike, slow down. It's not wrong for me to say I think the rules
When-
will be the same.
When I say that, you get all
Because-
mad with me.
Hold on,
So
hold on. No, you end up saying affirmative things, not the I think part. You skip that shit.
they're gonna like.
That's where I throw my hands up on you. Is when you start skipping that shit and you don't realize you're skipping that shit. So I think they're gonna use the same rules because that's what they did last time, and people are lazy.
And I think they're gonna go back to regular debate
You're-
because they again. What
What do you mean go back to regular debate? What do you mean by that?
What do you mean? You're gonna interrupt me. I said I think, and then you started wait. I think that the rules are gonna be like a regular debate where they don't mute the mics and they have an audience, so that Joe Biden, because Joe Biden wouldn't have done it. He would have done it 10 times worse if there was an audience there. So the rule, I think they're gonna go back to the regular platform for debate. There, that's my statement.
And what is that? What is a regular platform for a debate?
Go back to 2020, go back to 2016, go back to 2012, go back to 1980, whatever. You know, let's go back
Did you
and look
watch
at all.
those?
I watched I watched something like maybe not the 2081 or the 1981, but you know, like
Like, what do you think the audience did during that?
laugh, chuckle. They get questions not through a pre-recorded. They can ask the questions live. Much different atmosphere, much different things.
No, I think you should go watch presidential debate.
Okay, no. See again,
They're
no.
very boring.
Yeah, they
And they are prescripted
yeah,
questions.
but they ask
You
the
go back and
question
watch a
live.
couple of them.
But they ask the question live, not on a computer screen. And audience laugh. It just changes the atmosphere. So no, it makes a difference.
They asked questions on a computer. I watched this one. It wasn't asked on a computer
They
screen.
they
asked it
did.
out loud.
They had people that they had.
They said the question out loud.
The-
I'm confused.
Yes, then the people the audience watching ask questions through a Zoom call, a pre-recorded Zoom video. Not the moderators.
I'm talking about the Joe Biden and Donald Trump.
Yes, and the moderators did their job live in the room with them, and then they had people from America ask them questions, and they're pre-recorded questions.
Yeah, they were pre-screened questions so that
Yes.
we didn't get the whose nuts are bigger.
Okay, yes,
Donald Trump, are your balls bigger?
Okay.
That's why we have to pre-screen the questions.
but they
It's the
still
reason
yes
we
they
do on any
pre-screen it,
show.
but the person in the audience is different. So
I don't think they're going to let people in the audience just stand up and ask things.
they do every time. They always do. They always have. They have people stand up.
your
They
prediction
have a
is
Republican
fair,
stand up.
but
They
I
have a
don't see it happening.
They have a Democrat stand up. And then they have an independent usually stand up, and all three ask the candidates questions.
And let me get this right. You say you think they should do that, or you think
Yeah,
that
they
will
should.
happen?
Okay,
But what do you think will happen?
I
Because that's what I'm saying is what I think will happen.
I think they're gonna change it. I don't
I
know
haven't
what's
given
gonna
my take
happen.
on what I haven't given my take on what should happen. Because what they do is far from what I want.
And regardless of what they do, but I think they're gonna change the rules from when Joe Biden and Trump did it last month. Anyway, let's move on. Because we're
That's a vague prediction.
vague prediction that they changed the rules. You're saying it's gonna be the same. That's your prediction. I'm at least gonna take it.
You basically made it so any slight little
Yes.
difference, and you're right. So
not
it's a
not
very
muting the
lukewarm
mic.
prediction.
Not muting the mic. Having a live audience. Having more than one news crew in there. That's what I think they should do. Happy?
No, we were
So-
changing from what you think they should
No.
do to what you think will happen.
So
There's a difference between prediction and what you want. Do you understand that? Can you
but
separate the two?
yes, But I still okay. Then that's why
I predict shit I don't want to have happen all the time because
Me
shit
too.
happens.
And every okay.
So why are you predicting good things to happen for this? Why the fuck would good things happen for this?
Why?
Seriously.
Yeah. Okay.
Why
Be
the
doom
fuck
and
would
gloom
they?
for the rest of it. Like everything's
It's
bad.
American
We're all miserable.
politics. No,
Yes.
American politics is bad and miserable. Not everything. American politics is bad and miserable. Let's stay on the topic. Not everything's miserable.
But everything. The last two topics here, you've been all gloom and doom. Oh, I don't like the Olympics. Okay. Well, I'm just trying to have a conversation here. But
I'm not gonna like the Olympics.
I don't
You
like the
can't make
Olympics
me like
either.
the
I don't
Olympics.
want you. I haven't watched one freaking
And let's be
game.
real. You wanted
You know?
to doom and gloom on COVID during that story.
I wanted to have a conversation with it.
You
Yes,
wanted to
'cause that's
doom
what we
and
do.
gloom.
So
You wanted to doom and gloom. You brought up lockdowns and shit, dude.
yes,
That's doom and
yeah,
gloom.
it is. And
You
again,
wanted doom and gloom before I
and that's
wanted
because
doom
that's
and gloom.
bad. And you're right. I don't want that to happen, but it could happen. So just like you don't want that to happen, but it could happen.
I mean, you're putting that karma in the atmosphere by saying it, though, because the Olympics didn't. You're
Yeah.
putting the karma out there about that.
Okay, let's start the
You
next
know?
story here.
And I don't mind putting bad karma out about American politics. I'm pretty sure most of America is in agreement with me. It's a dog shit pile where we get to choose between two pieces of shit, and neither of them actually represent us. So I'm supposed to pretend Kamala Harris is good for some reason. She's not. She's still going to do things just like Joe Biden did that were bad. So, you know, it is better than Trump, but not by much. So does the debate matter to me? Not really. It's not going to change my mind about Trump at all. I don't think it's going to change anybody else's mind about him either. You're either voting for him or you're not at this point.
All right, take it away.
Taylor Swift, 13 arrested over foiled attack at Swift concert. Are we just arresting everybody involved with Taylor Swift now?
Maybe. For the BBC.
Oh yeah, BBC. Oh, they keep their stuff up there though. They're, you know. All right, Austrian security officials say a 19-year-old was planning to kill a large crowd of people in a suicide attack at a Taylor Swift concert in Vienna. Officials say the teen, who had previously pledged allegiance to the Islamic State group IS, confessed that he intended to carry out an attack using explosives and knives. He's one of two suspects arrested on Wednesday. A third, aged 18, and an acquaintance of the main suspect was arrested on Thursday. Swift's 3 sold-out shows at the stadium have been canceled. More than 195,000 people were expected to attend.
Crazy.
That's a lot of tickets.
Yeah, that is. But yeah, but life's more important than a Taylor Swift concert. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. All right. So obviously he said some things. What else do they have though? Local media have also reported the 19-year-old had stolen chemicals from his former workplace. The Courier newspaper, citing sources, reported that he used to work at a metal processing company in his hometown of Turnitz, and that he had made progress in building a bomb.
Huh.
Yeah, okay, so he was literally in the process of doing the things he was saying. So that's really bad.
Yeah.
You're going to go to jail for some time for that. That's a slam dunk.
Yeah, the outlet also reported that he had planned to drive a car into a crowd expected to gather outside the stadium. So yeah, he had seems like he had a plan and everything ready to go. Security office, and there's 3 of them though, so this is just the latest one.
Yeah.
Security officials at the news conference. Remember, sorry, we did talk about it in the last episode, as we're like, look at that, but we never
It was
clicked
the
it.
clickbait last episode. We
Officials
clicked it.
at a news conference on Thursday did not comment on where he got the chemicals, but Public Security Chief Franz Roof told reporters a chemical substance and technical devices found at the main suspect house showed concrete preparatory actions.
I'm assuming that's a legal term to show intent.
Yeah.
That you're preparing and you're showing actions that are in preparation of the act that is illegal.
Yeah. So.
Kind of like when you're hiring a hitman, the hitman doesn't have to do anything further. You've done enough already just in hiring a hitman, kind of thing, I think, or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or if you say you're gonna like kill somebody a certain way and then go and get tools for that certain method, like you've already done enough at that point. Just getting the tools for the method. So, well, I forgot where we are here. The head of the Austria Directorate for Protection of the State and Intelligence
The
said
DSM.
weapons were seized. DSN, I should have said. The head of Austria's DSN said weapons were seized from the main suspect's house, and that his aim was to kill himself and a large crowd of people either today or tomorrow at the concert.
Oh, wow.
Shroff added the teen had posted a video online confessing to the plot, quit his job at the end of last month, and told people that he had, quote, big plans. Okay, we're red flag city now. Right?
Yeah. Well.
Like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like, yeah. Well, I'm not as bad as it is because he wanted to get famous. That's what they do, right? That's why they got to post a video. That because they don't want to just go without their name blown. They're like, I don't want to be known for this. That got him in shit, which is good. Turned out great because they caught him before he did it. But yeah, that's.
Yeah. I mean, they don't always give us that chance, and they don't always put that shit out there. But the fame is still a big motive for a lot of these people doing these insane things like this.
They're dead, but they don't
like the attempt on Trump.
So yeah,
I think it's the same thing for that. Somebody was trying to get famous off of Trump.
Yeah. So
here's somebody trying to get famous off Taylor Swift and a bunch of innocent people.
Yeah. But see, Taylor Swift would have been hurt. It would have just been the people hurt, right?
That's not the person. Yeah, I don't think they would have gotten to Taylor.
Because that happened to Anya Gondre. Happened to her at a concert she went to many years ago. Remember? They blew. I forget where it was, but you know, like she wasn't injured, which it would be pretty scary for them to go back. But
and you know how the Secret Service is for Trump. I think Taylor Swift's got her own Secret Service, like literally like the literal same numbers type shit. Like she probably has the same numbers of agents watching her shit. She's got like $1 billion. It's insane how much money she's accumulated. So they also revealed that the main suspect, an Austrian citizen who was born there but who had a North Macedonian parents, had recently changed his appearance and, quote, adapted it to Islamic State propaganda. Whatever that means exactly.
Yeah,
like consuming and sharing Islamist propaganda.
I'm sorry, but if you have a friend that was just one day just started sharing Islamic shit and all that, yeah, you're allowed to convert to Muslim and Islam, but yeah, you should probably keep an eye on them. You know, like, it's especially when they get crazy like that and they start saying, oh, there's big plans. Kind of, like Dustin said, a lot of red flags.
Yeah. Okay, I guess Googling this didn't really help. I was like, what does Islamic State clothes look like? Or appearance? Maybe I should say
like appearance. Just a bandana, like probably, like, a bandana, head cover, Reggae shirt, Reggae pants.
I guess.
I don't know. A second suspect, a 70-year-old Austrian of Turkish or Croatian heritage, was employed at the company which would have provided service at the stadium where Swift was performing. 19 and a 17-year-old olds have been remanded in custody. A 50-year-old who was in the area, in quotations, of the stadium at the time is being questioned.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, just because you're like Austrian, are they doing it because they're Austrian?
Well, they're in Austria, aren't they? So.
Yeah. Okay.
So no, I don't think so.
So they've got the main guy who they found chemicals and shit.
Maybe they found his phone. Maybe they found this other guy's number in his phone.
Yeah, they must have had contacts with these. And this guy being a person who's going to be working there and having access.
Yeah, so that's your inside job.
I get that. That one makes sense.
Right.
Maybe the 15-year-old. Yeah, these must be contacts.
There has to be something. They're not going to bring them up in this big of a case for nothing, right?
Officials say they were not despite officials saying they were not looking for any more suspects at third, an 18-year-old Iraqi citizen was arrested in Vienna on Thursday.
So it might have been a three-way. So they must have a whole bunch. They search a guy's house. They have a whole bunch of evidence. They probably know a lot more than they're telling us right there. First, until they get more evidence, right? But yeah. So
and the man is also believed to have sworn an oath of allegiance to IS. Maybe there's like a freaking like maybe they're doing all this shit on like the internet now.
Yeah, well that's
like
I don't know.
Doing their whole IS organizing on the internet. There's like a Discord, so that's how they found them all.
A tragedy was
a bunch of new recruits.
Yeah. But that's good. That's a good thing that was avoided.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was clearly actually gathering the components to do something. So they actually did prevent something.
Okay.
Coldplay are due to perform 7 concerts in Vienna.
Yeah. As
Rest in
per
peace,
the,
Coldplay.
they cancel.
Oh, I
no,
don't
they
know.
didn't. Not yet. No, they're not. So it says our
I didn't know
dude.
they were
So,
still
yeah.
going.
Yeah, they're die.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
They have no information suggesting specific threats to upcoming events. But security measures remain high.
Yeah.
Clearly, they were actually taking it seriously.
Well, maybe don't let this guy out because he'd probably run right to the stadium and try something. So it might just. And again, I think maybe Taylor. He just knew it would be a bigger crowd for Taylor, and all the people would be standing outside too because Swift fans are kind of crazy, and they'll go stand outside the stadium even though they can't get in just to hear the beat or something. Right?
Yeah, there was one of her shows where they filled like an entire mountain next to the stadium.
Yeah.
Of people, so that they could just still hear it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. How many people show up to these things? So when you're looking for a big crowded event, like it is.
She's coming to Toronto, and there's been alerts. There's been security risks of a terrorist attack happening in Canada. So
she's going to London, according to this. Wembley Stadium.
She's going to Toronto soon. I know that. So
Sweden, UK, Ireland, Netherlands, Italy, Germany, Poland. Oh, good. She's staying away from America for a while.
Yeah, but I don't know. I know when she's coming to Toronto.
We'll never know. They don't care enough about Toronto to include it. Even though this is... Oh, no, it's BBC. Yeah, since they don't care. But yeah, she's
So she's going there in November 2024, it says.
Okay. Well, hopefully everything goes well,
She's going to play 6 shows in Toronto. Wow.
Why?
Because
6?
Toronto is a huge population.
That's still too many. Anyway,
I guarantee they probably sold out everyone. Yeah. So Toronto has almost has 3 million people, right? And then people are gonna go all over Canada to go there because people love Taylor Swift. So.
Yeah, that is the thing. Every single one of her shows are sold out to the point where it's like third-party places are selling out too. Like people are able to charge ridiculous amounts, like $1,500 for
$25,000.
25,000. Yeah, the numbers are insane. But hey, you know what else is insane?
Wait. I'm just gonna look it up. So yeah, okay. So the highest Taylor Swift ticket sold for $18,430. So
that's still pretty fucking high. Not quite 25, but still.
But I know a Fleetwood Mac one time sold for like $30,000, right? But
I guess.
But that's Fleetwood. That's pretty good.
So, yeah, it's like 18,000 is pretty insane. But you know what else is insane?
So.
Mayonnaise.
Yeah, take it away.
Gizmodo has this one. Force Pumpkin is going outside. So Gizmodo has this one. Researchers are using mayonnaise to improve nuclear fusion experiments. The condiment's unique and to some off-putting texture serves as a useful tool in studying phase transitions in capsules that contain fuel for fusion. Okay,
what does that mean?
I think it's basically like a sandwich.
Okay.
But instead of bread, you've got a glass tube, and instead of lunch meat, you've got uranium.
And that just keeps the uranium moist?
Yeah, it also just makes it taste a little better, The moisture, because the bread is a little dry, so it adds moisture and taste. Because, a good mayo has good flavor, right? Do you like mayo?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
I literally had some today. I had
Me too. Actually, not today, yesterday. But yeah, let's see what this says.
Yeah, we might not be able to follow the science on this. Here's a depiction of us trying to understand it.
Yeah.
Actually, that's Oppenheimer, I think. So, a team of researchers investigating the strength of capsules that contain fuel for fusion reactions have turned to a surprising ally in their quest for a better material, mayonnaise.
Okay.
We're still working on the same problem, which is the structural integrity of fusion capsules used in inertial confinement fusion. And Hellman's real mayonnaise is still helping us in the search for solutions. Okay,
I don't get it.
That's a mechanical engineer at Lehigh University. Okay, but I don't get it yet either. So get the mayonnaise for a second. What is nuclear fusion? Nuclear fusion is the reaction that powers stars like our sun. In short, it occurs when 2 or more light nuclei fuse to produce a heavier nucleus, generating a huge amount of power in the process. On Earth, harnessing such power would mean a reliable alternative to carbon-based energy sources, one that generates huge amounts of energy from initial reactions that use a lot less at scale. It would mean a cleaner, greener future for our planet. The key part there is it generates a huge amounts of energy greater than it uses.
Okay, cool.
From initial that use a lot less. Like it generates more energy.
I played Fortnite. I mean, not Fortnite. Fallout, and I watched it. Fusion Core. You know, it's a battery. So.
Oh my god, they're gonna go through a lot of stuff. I'm gonna scroll while you talk.
Okay, yeah, but yeah, I don't know anything about this, but it looks like this food we ingest can help with fusion energy. Which
I'm trying
cool,
to,
I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna skip down to what's mayo got to do with it. Mayonnaise is an emulsion of egg oil and an acid like vinegar. Did you know that?
Yeah, I've read the ingredients. So
I haven't. I don't usually read ingredients. I just trust them. I've gotten pretty far. Some people don't like it. Yeah, that's true. The condiment is also the key to a perfect grilled cheese.
you know what? For the record, I just heard that about 2 weeks ago, and I tried it. Damn, does it taste much better than butter? I've been using butter my whole goddamn life. What you do,
Wait, you do it instead of butter?
Yeah, you put mayonnaise on the inside. I put butter on the outside, but I put mayonnaise on the inside. And dude, it was for just a cheese and bread. It was lit, man. Like I recommend it.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, like I tried it, and I was like, my coworker told me. I was like, that's freaking weird. Who would do? But that's.
Yeah, I mean, if it works, it works. And it's still grilled cheese is still super cheap, even with mayo. I mean, because mayo is cheap, so. Well,
but yeah,
not as cheap as it used to be. So the mayonnaise helped the team probe an instability that occurs between materials of different densities when the gradients of density and pressure are moving oppositely. Okay, so we use mayonnaise because it behaves like a solid, but when subjected to a pressure gradient, it starts to flow. Okay, so like when it's in the jar, it's like it's a solid thing, but then when you start to spread it on your bread, it's good to go. It spreads well on bread, but it's also kind of like, if you got enough of it, it is solid. Like you wouldn't want to go swimming in it. You'd die. Probably. If you put stress on mayonnaise, it will start to deform, but if you remove the stress, it goes back to its original shape. So there's an elastic phase followed by a stable plastic phase. The next phase is when it starts flowing, and that's where the instability kicks in. Okay, so they do something weird with mayonnaise to make it work. I'm here for them, and I'm not going to try to understand it. Are you?
Yeah, I'm good, actually, so.
I'm here for them. Make it work, because why not? I mean, we get mayonnaise from eggs and shit. And we can make a lot of those with chickens and shit.
Well, there's bird flu killing all the chickens, so this is a...
Hurry up kind of thing, then. You know? Well, speaking of hurry up, oh wait, I guess we're not going to hurry up on this one. This one got rejected.
Okay. From something.
So this...
Exos?
Exios. Exios?
I don't know. FDA rejects ecstasy treatment for PTSD.
Aww.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think about using ecstasy?
I don't know enough about it, so I can't tell you. I've never used it. So
I haven't either. But I'm always for them trying things like this for, you know, like PTSD. Like, what else do you treat that with?
But I don't know. Like, but maybe not ecstasy, you know, like. But I don't know. Well, like I said, I don't know enough about it to make an opinion. I know a lot of people on ecstasy.
Trauma.
I know it sucks out your spinal cord fluid. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but I heard ecstasy, MDMA, actually fucked your spinal cord up. So that's a bad thing, right? So
that would be pretty bad. So yeah, the FDA on Friday rejected a controversial treatment for PTSD that combines ecstasy with psychotherapy. Okay, so it wasn't just going to be you getting ripped in your room alone. It was going to be paired with psychiatric help.
Like microdosing,
to try to work through your trauma.
Or microdosing.
Microdosing to try to work through trauma, I think.
Yeah,
probably.
maybe.
Yeah. So maybe it makes sense if you actually got into the details. So why it matters. The decision is a major blow to psychedelic therapy advocates and investors who pressed for the MDMA-assisted therapy to become the first psychedelic treatment approved for clinical use in the U.S. Yeah, they're literally specifically pushing for that exact kind of idea, I think. FDA asked Lykos to conduct an additional clinical trial on the therapy per the company. So it's not a hard no then, right?
They rejected it though, so I'm not sure.
They rejected, but asked them to conduct an additional clinical trial.
So yeah, maybe they don't have enough evidence yet. Maybe it wasn't good enough. Maybe it was only 50% positive result, and they want 65 or something, or 51. I'm just using those numbers as an example, but so yeah, but like that's the thing. Like they still barely do that with weed, right? Like they're still fighting that in the States, aren't they? Or they?
Yeah, but well, no, I mean they can't really even fight it because it's Schedule 1, which says that it has no medicinal properties. So you can't even start a debate about, hey, use it, treat it for this. You can't even do a study.
MDMA, isn't that 3?
MDMA,
I think it's 3 or 4.
Let's find out.
I know we went over that a few months ago.
It's MDMA.
Again, I keep losing.
Why does that keep happening?
I don't know.
You would think this would be easy. Drug fact sheet, ecstasy, MDMA. And I don't need to know what it looks like. I don't need to know its effects. I need to know the legal status.
Anyway,
it is a Schedule 1.
Is it? There you go.
It has a high potential for abuse, no currently accepted medical use and treatment in the United States, and a lack of accepted safety for use under medical supervision.
Then how are they testing? I guess they do test weed too still, but yeah. Huh.
I mean, it's very fucking hard. Like, it's very
that's
hard
bizarre.
to do.
Like,
so I guess Lycos is probably one of the very few doing this. Maybe the only one, really, if we're being real. It's a Schedule 1 drug, so I would actually think they may be the only one even trying to do testing. They overwhelmingly voted against it.
they advised missing safety data, right? So
allegations of misconduct in clinical trials and difficulty. That's got to mean tearing. Teasing apart how much of the reported benefits stem from the drug versus the accompanying psychotherapy. It's actually that's a good point. It's hard to separate that. You can't control for that.
And no, if that's an addictive thing, you got to be careful with that too. Because look at what happened with Oxy and all those pills, right? They started off as a pill to help you, and then that's where the heroin epidemic came from.
Yeah,
right?
Dependency is a huge concern.
Like weed, you don't physically, you mentally can Jones for weed, but your body doesn't physically Jones for weed. MDMA, actually, I don't know that, but I'm sure I don't know, actually, I don't know. Like, I actually can't even comment on that because I don't know. But.
So that's these were the people on the FDA, I believe. And so this is the other side. A vocal group of veteran groups, lawmakers, billionaire investors, and other advocates argued there was scientific proof of the effectiveness of MDMA-assisted therapy to treat PTSD and urged regulators to...
But mushrooms can do the same thing, and mushrooms are proven, and mushrooms are not addictive. So, that's an idea too, but...
are we sure mushrooms aren't addictive?
I've never met anyone addicted to mushrooms.
Well, there you go. You heard it. I don't think they are. I've done them. Unlike MDMA, I've done mushrooms, and I had no desire to do it again soon.
Like I've done them many times. But I've done them many times. But yes, you usually do mushrooms, and you don't want to do them any time after that. Like you might go a week, and you're like that. And we're not saying to do mushrooms or anything, but if you do, be safe with it. Like you gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah.
So this is the FDA here. The agency recognizes that there is great need for additional treatment options for mental health conditions such as PTSD. We will continue to encourage research and drug development that will further innovation for psychedelic treatments and other therapies to address these medical needs. So that's a very canned statement, but it's open-ended at least, you know.
Okay. So yeah, they
want to try to encourage the research, but we take mental health conditions seriously here at the Borderline Banter.
And sometimes you need medication, and it's
if you're dealing with PTSD, sometimes you can't get treatment. Sometimes nothing's worked
nowadays with PTSD. A lot of people have PTSD. That's the thing, though. Like depends on.
Yeah, we have a lot of trauma in our lives these days, which is kind of crazy that we have so much trauma.
Everyone's always had trauma, though. But again, there's always been trauma. The world's always been a bad place. And I don't know who said this, but the world's always been a bad place. There's always been bad stuff happening.
Well, no, I'm not talking about that.
I'm just saying, but it's just saying that everyone's always had trauma. We just, I don't know. Like, back in the old days when they had to fight hand on hand, right, with swords and stuff. Like, there's been trauma their whole life, but I don't know. It's just different now. But I guess trauma's trauma. Some people probably haven't had any trauma. Some people probably been pretty lucky their whole goddamn life, so maybe not.
Yeah, there's plenty of people who haven't had first person trauma, and that's, I don't know if second and third hand trauma begets PTSD as much as, or even if.
But
at all,
nowadays,
as
a lot of
firsthand.
I think a lot of people pull that card because they had one bad experience and they think that's post traumatic stress, and maybe they self-diagnose themselves like I have PTSD from this, when really it's just.
Are you talking about TikTok? Because there's a lot of fake disorder TikTok.
Well, yes, TikTok.
That's actually a rampant problem. TikTok
and,
it's called fake disorder.
Yeah, and people are getting Tourette's and stuff. Pretending, I see that.
Tourette's,
Right, yeah.
PTSD. They also have multiple personalities. People literally make up a whole branch of people they are.
No, what we're gonna start doing? We're gonna start switching our names every episode, and every episode we're gonna be something different. Like today, I'm Ryan.
And just because they're doing these things doesn't mean those conditions aren't real. What I'm saying is those people are faking it.
Or
there are people who really have,
again,
have DID or PTSD.
This has been happening too.
Some
this has happened where some kids will watch someone with Tourette's on TikTok or Instagram, then they start getting Tourette's, and their mind makes them get it. They're not faking it, but they are, but they're not. They like, oh
well, you gotta be careful watching too much of any kind.
But it can it fucks. It's like it messes with your brain. That's what it does, right? Like
you'll start saying like type shit all the time. Have you started saying type shit all the time yet?
What?
Type shit?
No, I haven't.
Oh, just wait.
Okay.
Hang around Red Gang a little longer. You'll be saying type shit too much.
All right. But let's see what else. Was that it? Actually, is there more? Sorry. Oh,
like I said in the statement that it plans to request a meeting with the FDA to ask the agency to reconsider the decision and further discuss its recommendations. So there is more to come.
Yeah, it's not done. They just want more data.
That's what I'm saying. They want to make sure and have more data. I mean, look, this is something that's hard to treat, and if we shouldn't close any door.
Yeah, you just don't want to.
It'll obviously always have the participant consent.
And you don't want to get people addicted to these drugs and still have PTSD and be now addicted to a new drug, right?
Isn't MDMA addictive?
I couldn't find if mushrooms are addictive. It's not that.
Ultimately, according to American Addiction Centers, yes, ecstasy can be addictive. While it is questionable whether individuals who abuse ecstasy develop physical dependence on the ... We could read further, but
yeah, it's good.
The overall is it does appear to be potentially addictive or able to be abused.
So, unfortunately,
But that's where you go with prescriptions, and doctors monitor the amounts you get, type shit. Is what it's supposed to be, type shit.
So, unfortunately, we knew we'd probably have to come and say this one day here on the Borderline Banter, and unfortunately, today's that day. From New Week, video shows shocking moments. Passenger plane crashes. Yeah.
Well, did you pre-read? Is this a Boeing?
No, I'm just saying plane crash anyway, right? I'm just saying we were.
Yeah.
Like in general, we were gonna talk about this, right?
Yeah, we were always gonna say it. I looked at it and really thought about this one a few times.
I saw right when I saw this, I saw a video. Actually, unfortunately, I saw the aftermath, and we're not gonna show that, but it wasn't blurred, and you saw some things you probably didn't want to see. But yeah, we can show the plane crash because you actually don't see the crash. You just see it fall out of the sky. So let's see it.
Okay, so I was just going to say viewer discretion. This doesn't actually show the crash.
No.
But it does show the plane in distress.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
This is not where I'm clicking to play, though.
No.
It's right down here. So we're going to read a little bit, I guess. Video footage shows a passenger plane crashing in Brazil on Friday. The Associated Press reported that a plane carrying 62 people crashed in a residential area of the Sao Paulo state on Friday. Footage of the crash circulated across social media on Friday. The video shows the plane falling from the sky as a cloud of smoke rose from the side of the crash. Footage of the crash is circulating widely. Journalist Yashir Ali posted on X, formerly Twitter. We got to stop saying formerly Twitter.
Yeah, it's done now, yeah. Okay.
So
there's a pop-up.
What?
That's the wrong picture, guys. You got to put Harris there.
Look how high up they put the X. Okay. Where did the video go now? What in the world?
Oh, want to refresh? Just try to refresh it, maybe.
Yes. So.
Whoa.
Oh.
So
And
1 second.
it's incredibly loud, so the audio is not incredibly important. It's mostly just a plain sound. So I turned it down a bit. So this obviously is a plane in distress. Like, look, that is not normal.
Yeah, like I've
This
seen.
guy just got the footage looking up, and that's as high up as it goes here.
So like something
And
happened.
like I said, you don't literally see the crash, but then in a moment you start to see the plumes of smoke.
What I'm wondering is like planes
Right
there. It is,
there.
yeah, because boom. Like
and
it
then
doesn't.
you just know.
Like usually when engines go, they still can glide, but that fell. Like that literally, it fell. It wasn't gliding. It wasn't doing anything. So that's very bizarre. Yeah, this is a different angle. I didn't see this angle.
This is a different angle, and I'm actually not sure what this angle shows.
But the trees are there, so let's see. We can watch the rest. Your discretion is advised. Yeah, nothing.
Okay, it cuts off, I think, right before it hit.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't hear anything back there, but obviously the next part of it would be
Yeah.
pretty bad. And what you were describing, I think, was a more close-up stuff.
Yeah, no,
wasn't it?
I saw the video of someone walking up, and unfortunately saw a body laying there. Well, like it was actually looked like a full body, but that's still pretty.
Yeah, I'm not
But
gonna
yeah.
go look for that video. That's enough.
You saw
just
the
knowing
plane.
what it was is enough for me.
Well, on Twitter, it was the next video. It was that plane crash. Then I scrolled up, and it was that video next. So
You know, and there is no discretion between those, is there?
No,
No,
so-
like, hey, your discretion.
a lot of
any
people in the
concept
comments
of
are
it.
like, "You could have blurred it," like which is true.
On,
but
when I'm on Reddit and just scrolling, there's a tag that people try to put on things. It's obviously not there a lot of times. The NSFW tag. And when you put that tag on your post, it actually, as you're scrolling, is the first thing you see is that you're about to see an NSFW thing.
yeah,
And so you could, you know,
the
have at least some warning.
The context, I don't know what this really means, but I know what it means, but tens of millions of commercial flights across the globe occur each year, with crashes occurring from time to time. The International Air Transport Association reported in February that 2023 is the safest year for air travel by many metrics, with one accident every 1.26 million flights. Okay, well that has nothing to do with the crash. But I guess it's so new, so they probably have nothing,
personally
right?
attacked. I feel personally attacked with how many
Yeah.
stories we've done about Boeing
Yeah.
and how unsafe it is. They're trying to say, no, it's actually been the safest it's ever been.
In
but, like,
23, but not
Boeing is doing
24.
incredibly unsafe things.
Maybe in 24. That was 23, right?
I don't think Boeing started getting shady in 2024. The whistleblowers have
They
indicated
didn't.
they've
Well,
been
that's
shady
not a
for 20
crash.
years.
A door panel flying off isn't a crash. That's just an inconvenience. Many details about the crash, including
This year for air travel, though, is it?
Crash, including the cause, remains immediately unclear. Friday afternoon, of course. Yeah. Brazil's president, Luzi something, Luda
Just
Sevilla,
Lula. Just
asked
Lula. They
a
just call
crowd
him
to
Lula.
observe a moment of silence for those aboard while speaking at an event in southern Brazil. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, because obviously everyone aboard lost their lives.
Yeah.
As I understand it, where it crashed, nobody was hurt.
It looked like a pretty close residential, but yeah, I think it did miss everything, right? He said that it seems all have died. However, he did not say how he received that information. Neither airline nor officials at the scene of the crash have confirmed a death toll.
Okay, so we're not going to
Yeah.
confirm that either. What we just said is not confirmed.
But I saw.
I believe.
like,
I just believe that's what I.
I'm gonna go out by looking at that footage of the plane crash. There's no survivors.
We do know there were 58 passengers and 4 crew members, though. We know how many were on board.
All right. Well, that's unfortunate. May their families.
And yeah, they say where it was going, but obviously we don't know anything about this. I don't know where Sao Paulo even is on a
well,
map.
best to their
let alone-
families and all that, and all the people involved, and yeah, that's super sad.
Yeah, and obviously it left me with one question: what kind of plane?
Um,
Didn't you want to know what kind of plane?
yeah. Well, does it say what?
Well, it depends on how much you wanted to scroll. It was an ATR 72-500 that was built in 2010.
ATR.
Now, who builds these?
72
I don't think Boeing builds these. But I don't know.
Yeah, France manufactured by ATR. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a French airline. So yeah, it's a French airline. So it wasn't Boeing. Regardless, but it's
Yeah.
still sad.
Right, but here on the Banter, I just don't want to,
Yeah.
conflate issues. This would be I don't want to say perfect, but it'd be perfect if it was a Boeing.
The last 60 seconds of
right
the
in with our
flight,
stories.
the transporter of flight 2Z2283 was transmitting at vertical speed between 8,000 and 24,000 feet per minute. Holy yeah, like that's crazy.
Well, actually, it says 8.000.
Oh my bad.
Does that mean 8,000?
That has to be
Because
like
it's a French Canadian, or it's a French thing, so maybe.
I don't know, because that 8.8 seconds of feet per minute, that doesn't seem. I don't know.
8 to 24 feet. That can't. Yeah, that it's gotta be 1,000, right?
Because I fall. Oh yeah, come on, that make yeah. I don't know.
So it just suddenly started falling, like
Yeah.
just straight down, like a nosedive. Didn't we have a bunch of those happening with that they had like a sensor on the back of the plane that just stopped sensing, and the auto steer thing would shove planes straight down?
I
Remember that
don't
story?
remember that. No.
It was like the plane forcing it to crash itself. It kind of feels familiar. But this...
All right. Well, I think we should probably move on. There's not probably much more until we. What's next?
They're gonna
we gotta
investigate.
Investigate. We'll probably know more Monday.
Yep. And we'll stay tuned, even though it's not a Boeing. All right, next up, AP News. Apparently, I'm not allowed to have more than half the screen.
This seems like a pretty silly one anyway, but.
Yeah, I don't remember. Oh, yeah. This one is mainly just the title. New York City's ice cream museum is sued by a man who says he broke his ankle jumping into the sprinkle pool. I also just kind of wanted to see the sprinkle pool.
Yeah, what's a sprinkle pool?
Is it something obviously you shouldn't dive in, like the Scrooge, like you remember the Scrooge McDuck thing with the gold coins?
Yeah, you
That
can't
would
actually
be
do that.
obvious
Yes.
not to do. And if you saw it in real life, you'd be like, "I'm not gonna." Like
Yes.
you'd tap on it and be like, "That's not, no."
Okay,
Wait, is
just
this
by
it?
looking. Okay, what the frig, goddamn AP.
Yeah, hold on. I want to see more of the picture.
Whatever. Yeah. Okay. So it's not a very good picture.
Well, I mean, this is
Don't be
sprinkles.
eating.
How good's it
Please
gonna
don't be eating those sprinkles afterwards. But yeah, it's a play pit. So yeah, you definitely shouldn't be diving into that, or jump. I don't know, like. Not diving, but jumping. My bad.
It says he jumped into it.
Yeah,
What if he just jumped and landed with 2 feet and then his ankle snapped?
So he's just an old man. I don't know.
I'd just say you got
Why-
weak ankles.
why is there an old
buddy.
man-
Why
why
are
is-
your ankles not handling a jump?
And why is an old man hanging out in a sprinkle pool with kids?
Wait, did it say old man?
I don't know. It says a man. So still, why is a man in a pool of sprinkles with a kid? Joe Biden, what are you doing? Sorry.
His filed a lawsuit alleging that the facility was negligent for not warning visitors that it is unsafe to jump into the sprinkle pool. Oh, I mean, if you go to a regular pool, there's literally warning signs not to dive. Right?
Yeah, but
No jumping. That's in an actual
Yeah.
pool where it is safe to dive. Where it literally is safe to jump in. They still put the signs up. This guy's just arguing they didn't have any signs, so I did it.
well, we don't know that. He's saying that, but
Well,
maybe he didn't see
I
it.
mean, I mean, this
Yeah.
feels to me like he's gonna win.
Let's see. Plaintiff Jeremy Shore said in his lawsuit filed Wednesday in state court in Manhattan that he visited the museum in Soho with his daughter. Okay, that makes it a little bit better. His daughter on March 31st, 2023, and suffered severe and permanent personal injuries when he jumped into a sprinkle pool, a ball pit-like installation full of oversized plastic sprinkles.
Oh, so they weren't real. They were
Okay, yeah,
plastic.
all right.
No, I thought they were real sprinkles, which also I thought was kind of gross that people were stepping on it.
Again, that's something that you just would look at and know that you're not gonna. you see people standing on it. Kids are literally standing on it in the picture. It's not a liquid.
Oh, well, here's the problem though.
Yeah.
They're saying that they encourage patrons to jump into the sprinkle pool through their advertising and promotional materials. That's according to their lawsuit.
False. Well,
Creating a reasonable but false expectation that the sprinkle pool is fit and safe for the activity. Okay, hold on. We could Google this.
now wait, is he just a guy who? Cause maybe they mean kids. Cause kids can jump in and be fine because they're small.
Well, let's see what the advertisements show. Do the advertisements show adults jumping in? Oh, no.
Okay, let's see.
I mean, there's some kids, but there's some adults here too, I think. Okay, viewer discretion is advised. We're going to the museumoficecream.com, and you're immediately greeted with people playing in this pit, including
Okay.
adults.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it shows some of the other things there, but it was showing people in the pit. Does it ever go back to the pit? They included some gay kiss in there for fun.
Well, they have to do that nowadays.
Important.
Come on.
And there's a straight kiss. Okay, we got both.
Was that
Oh,
interracial too?
there's adults in the pit,
Yeah.
but is anybody jumping in there? I mean, yeah, the
See,
kid.
he
but,
fell,
like,
but yeah, that's it. I don't know. Okay.
yeah, so that's. I might have to look a little bit more at their website. A little more research on this topic. See what's really going on here.
Shore's lawsuit cites a 2019 post on the museum's Instagram account that shows a sprinkle pool and asks prospective customers if they are ready to jump in. Okay, it's asking, are you ready? It's not telling you to do it.
That's yeah.
Are
but,
you
like,
ready
come
for $1
on.
million? Yay! Well, I am too. There you go.
If the entry to the pool building said, "Are you ready to jump in the water?" and then you get there and there's a sign that says, "Don't jump in," I think you're allowed to jump in. Is the first sign.
No. So
yeah, the first sign gives you permission. Then you don't need forgiveness.
Very American outlook there. I can sue.
Well, that's why I'm saying I think this guy's gonna win.
The website of the museum, which offers ice cream themed installations and all-you-can-eat ice cream, encourages visitors to dive into fun with our iconic sprinkle pool. Dive into fun, not into the sprinkles.
Interactive playscape.
Yeah, but it's not saying.
You're
Yeah,
supposed to interact with them.
but not jump, right? Dive.
Dive into the iconic sprinkle pool. That's pretty
Shore
there,
said
guys.
his sprinkle pool encounter left him
It's
with
fun.
injuries that require surgery and may require future surgeries as well as physical therapy and diagnostic testing. He's seeking specific damage to cover his medical and legal. I don't know. So
Hold on, I should have scrolled down a little bit more on this website, I guess, because the thing they were talking about is here. I was reading this interactive playscape.
Yeah.
Down here, the world famous sprinkle pool. Dive into fun with our iconic sprinkle pool. It's a playful, colorful experience you won't find anywhere else.
Yes, but it doesn't say dive into. It says dive into fun. Into fun.
Yeah.
So-
but what would you think if somebody says dive and pool in a sentence?
It doesn't. But it says that's like the Tesla self-driving car.
You're trying to
it's
mislead
like,
people on purpose.
no, like, and you can definitely tell that the people like that. No one's actually thinking, but okay,
Oh,
right? So
there's locations. There's none of them near you. New York City, Chicago, Austin, Singapore, Miami, and Boston. Yeah,
Huh.
like, whoa. Out of nowhere, they've got one overseas one.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. I can't say. I don't know how this would work. Is it worth it just to pay them off, or maybe they don't?
Oh, there might be a settlement, but after the settlement, they'll
They're gonna
put up a sign.
Yeah, for sure. It's like
I think we get another story like this. Where
jump,
my prediction
and it's
was
gonna say
they'll put up a sign.
jump in at your own risk. Do not die.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah, it'll say don't.
and
do
as
it, or
stupid
it's your
as it
own
is, like
risk.
you do have to like. It is what it is, but yeah,
Yep.
we'll probably never hear a follow up on this stuff, but yeah.
We might. I mean, if I see sprinkles again, I'll click it again. We have
Okay.
one more story, and we are getting kind of late, so it's
Yeah.
good that we're on the last
You
one.
forgot to turn your light on. so.
Well, this is Global News Canada, where we don't have. I could do dark.
Oh, there. See, but you do have a light in your. You had it on the other day, remember?
I do, and I didn't. But
Okay.
it's okay. Global News Canada has this story for us. This is the one I know people have been waiting for.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court nixes Jordan Peterson's fight to not enter remedial coaching program. That's my
Okay.
Jordan Peterson voice.
Yeah.
You have one too, don't you?
No. I know. I don't watch him. I know him, but I don't watch him. So.
So wait, they nixed his fight to not enter remedial coaching. So
Yeah. Well, I know
so
that
he has to do it.
they're
Is that what that
trying
means?
to make him do that. Yeah. So it looks like he has to do it if he wants to keep his doctorate. Doctor.
Upholds order.
Yeah.
Yeah, it upholds their order. All right. Or he loses his doctorate.
Yeah, or whatever it is. Yeah.
Mhm.
So.
All right. Canada's top court has closed the door on Jordan Peterson's legal fight against an order that he enter a remedial coaching program. The author and former University of Toronto professor has not had an active clinical practice since 2017, but remains a member of the College of Psychologists of Ontario. So he hasn't done this shit in 7 years,
Yeah,
but he still wants, like, you should lose your license for not doing it for 7 years. Like, come on. Shit has happened in 7 years you don't know about, especially in psychology.
But he's still studying. Like, it doesn't mean he's not working. He's still studying. He's just not practicing. Or I'm not sure.
Not
but
practicing. In 2022, the professional body reviewed Peterson's social media conduct. Wait, really? They looked at his.
Yeah, and
Twitter?
that's why it's kind of stupid. Is because he offended people on Twitter.
After hearing concerns about whether his posts met its standards.
He offended people on Twitter that weren't even his patients. So, because he didn't have any patients anyway.
But this is the College of Psychologists of Ontario. This is a private organization, right?
Yeah. So.
Okay. So they can look into.
But I think it's the Ontario government, not the college. But colleges are ran by government. I'm pretty sure they're not privatized here.
The government is doing this.
Well, it's the government's own run it. Like I don't think it's a college.
Professional body, College of Psychologists.
Yeah, well, he's
a member, as though all the members are people who are doctors.
Well,
this sounds like his peers. This doesn't sound like government to me. It determined that online comments appeared degrading, demeaning, and unprofessional, and that this posed a risk to the public. What does that mean?
That is kind of stupid. Like
I was expecting them to say risk to the image of the
company
organization,
image
of the organization.
But to the
it's
public,
not a company; it's a college thing. So but wait,
but company. That's what I meant. Organization.
It's just some sort of org. I'm sure they're a non-profit, just like we are here at the Borderline Banter. We are still not profiting.
Trump's rally is starting. He's in Montana. Is it?
There's a Trump rally tonight?
It looks like that, but yeah.
Well, that's going to really hurt our viewership, so understandably we may have lower numbers than normal. But, that's okay. Why. If you have to go tune into Trump, don't. Stay tuned. We're almost done, and you can tune into Trump afterwards. You won't miss anything. He repeats things a lot. And he goes for 90 minutes. So the college directed Peterson to enter into a coaching program to reflect on his approach to public statements, and said he could be accused of professional misconduct if he did not comply. Now, I assume the professional misconduct would be grounds to remove his certifications.
I guess
thing.
I'm not sure.
The thing, or whatever, his doctorate or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. The Ontario Superior Court of Justice dismissed Peterson's application for judicial review, and the Court of Appeal dismissed an appeal attempt.
No, I did hear one clip of him a while back saying that he said he probably was gonna have to do it, but he was fighting it anyway. But he pretty much
he looks like he tried two different ways.
He knew he wasn't gonna win, but he's like, I'm gonna try, because why not? If you can try, right? Like always try, always plead not guilty, like you say. But
and assuming you have the money,
which he does,
because what he did here was not a free thing.
I don't know, maybe. So
he hired pretty good lawyers, I imagine, knowing Jordan Peterson. And they don't work for free.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe he gave him his suits. Maybe he gave a suit to the lawyer. Like, I'll give you one suit.
Maybe he bartered.
And he's got a suit guy. And a guy makes a suit for him, one suit a week.
Yeah, he's really good at trading you remember that paperclip traded up to the first edition Charizard? Or the Black Lotus? Or the house?
Yeah. The fake movie, the fake thing. So
it's not fake. I've seen people really try to do that.
Yeah, try.
Oh, you got what I did.
All right. Was that it? Are we done?
I mean, I don't have anything more on Jordan Peterson. He has a funny voice. That's all I've got.
Yeah. And now I've heard a few of his podcasts. Like, sometimes I'll listen to him if there's a good guest on, but most of the time
he does blatant misinformation about climate, though.
Yeah. But regardless, there's some people you're gonna like. There's some people you're not gonna like. I don't know enough.
Well, many of them don't try to say that they're a scientist or whatever, even though he's a psychologist. Well, he tries to act like his doctorate is more than psychology.
But maybe that's what he wants to keep it, because he can actually. I don't know why. But yeah.
I mean, psychology has nothing to do with virology, and he was talking a lot about virology. But in addition to that, he was also talking about climate science, which is also not psychology. So he's trying to dip his toes into sciences that aren't his. Anybody who is curious about his takes on climate science and why I can confidently say they're so shit, go watch some more news. His most recent video is dedicated specifically to Jordan Peterson, and he'll have a part 2, also specifically dedicated to Jordan Peterson, and specifically climate.
Okay. If you haven't
Jordan's takes are about 100 years old.
If you haven't already, please hit that like button, that subscribe button, that follow button, wherever you're watching. We're on Kick, YouTube, X, and Facebook. But yeah, we are always looking to have a new conversation and talk to somebody new. I mean, yeah, that's my next statement, actually. I jumped ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I
And if you
wasn't
go to-
quite ready. Cause
Yeah, I wasn't either. I was trying to do two things at once here. Because if you go to borderlinebanter.com, you can find all that stuff there. And if you want to be on the show, you should drop us a line. We're always looking for someone new, someone with different opinions, or a good story to tell. We always want to hear from you. So drop us a line, and we'll get you booked on the show. And you can take the last one here.
As always, we actually alluded to this earlier in the evening. We try to, in every show, talking about mental health awareness and trying to help people who maybe don't even know there's resources out there to reach out. And sometimes the best thing to do is just banter back and forth with someone, you know?
Yeah.
That's how we tie this all together. It's okay not to be okay. You can come out to borderlinebanter.com, click this thing in the top right, and we got a whole bunch of hotlines here. You can call people. Although, I mean, I'm of the opinion that if you've got your own safety net of people around you can call, that'll be much better. Even if it's somebody all the way in Canada who you talk to on the internet every day.
And yell at.
Right, Mike?
Yeah.
Hey, you
Yeah.
yell back.
Yeah,
So,
whatever. Fuck
and we
you.
work through our shit.
So,
And
anyway.
we get all that negative out so that we can focus on
Yeah.
the positive, right?
Exactly. All right.
I think I heard somebody say something like that. I'm stealing a quote. I
Yeah.
don't care.
All right. Well, it doesn't look like I can host anybody on Kick, but that's okay because we'll be leaving Kick, going to YouTube. We'll see you all on Monday. Take it easy. Cheers. See you soon. Bye.